I wish sometimes I took my own decisions on a lot of things. Probably at that time it would looked at wrong. Now I feel like I would have been right.
The kindness as a business strategy is like insane.
I know my parents have raised me that way. I've always been this way.
Are you teasing launching your own developer sort of company? Is that what's happening?
You're reading things off my mind. Every brand out there now requires a TikTok.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of The Real Ones. I'm Joel Alexander, the co-founder and CEO of Kendall AI. Today, I'm joined by the one and only Azhar Sajan, CEO of Casa Milano. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Well, well, come on, let's keep it serious.
Oh, God, I can't be with you serious.
No, so guys, the funny story is, if you're listening to this for the first time, me and Azhar haven't exactly just met. We've known each other for quite a long time now. Azhar used to keep me on the bench in the school cricket team. That's how I know him fondly.
The other way around, because the younger, the junior classes, they actually had more people playing cricket at that moment, and they used to keep me on the bench for some reason. Yeah, so that's what it was. Even when we used to go out for matches, yeah, I barely played actually.
Yeah, same.
Joel was the star.
No, I really don't think so.
He was the captain also at one point.
Maybe it's because we were both on the bench that we can do what we're doing today. Because it gave us a chip on the shoulder. Like, you're not good at cricket. What are you good at, right? Like, you got to be good at. So now you've built this multi-gazillion dollar empire with Casa Milano, and I'm really proud of you.
I'm getting there. The multi-gazillion dollar part is, I'm getting soon. There. Should be in the next 20, 30 years for me.
I have the video of our chai with startup CEOs. It's still on my YouTube channel. It's the first episode that I did of that particular series, right?
I showed that podcast to my parents for 20 minutes straight.
No way.
Yeah,
they actually started
watching.
Okay, this will be a lot more entertaining because we both have come a long way since the last time that we met. The last time we met, I had a 5,000 pound grant from my university, and I was working a couple of part-time jobs while filming. I bought a tripod into your studio, and I think it was Neelam that was holding the camera.
He's still there.
Yeah, awesome. And was it Nawaz who was doing the?
Yes. Yeah, he was giving us the chai.
The chai, yes. So and like I still remember that time, and you opened your first store. It had been a year, and you were profitable during the pandemic, right? Since then, luxury real estate in the UAE has taken off massively. What you have now is, in the $10 million home category, Dubai has overtaken New York by 2x in terms of volumes of homes sold at that category. You're a luxury player, and you happen to be servicing a lot of that market, which tells me that your expansion into 5 showrooms and into Qatar and things like that are very telling of, the state of the market. Tell me.
I think, since post 2020, the market of real estate has infinitely gone up. Everybody is left, right, and center launching. You will see a lot of apartments, a lot of townhouses. People are building communities, and people are emerging as startup real estate developers as well, because it is a hot market. It is the time to invest. There are a lot of, foreign investment that has come in the last few years in the UAE. And, it's because of the rulers as well. They have a vision to make this country be number one, which is, I think, already the case. And, the real estate game right now is amazing. I see, so many up and coming brokers. They're in the TikTok game, in the real estate game, in the Reels game right now, selling properties left, right, and center. It has changed everything. Yeah. And same for me as well, being a supplier in this market to real estate developers. It could be the residential projects they're doing, the commercial projects, people coming in to refurbish their homes on a regular basis. You will see, a lot of walk-in customers coming with different locations in the UAE that they're either building from scratch, or they've bought off a location and they're just revamping the entire thing, and they're buying the material, and they're ready to pay a premium because they want to finally have quality, and they want to settle down because they believe that Dubai is their home.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it. So it's been a phenomenal journey so far, and I only think it's going to be growing in the next 2-3 years as well. So I think it's the right time to stick around and hold on as much as you can, because it is a lot of competition, no doubt.
Yeah.
Based on the fact that, there's so many real estate developers out there, like everybody wants to sell left, right, and center. So customer is king finally. So you need to be able to crack that deal, whatever possible. and be having something unique to show. Why are you good?
Yeah.
Why should I buy from you? Of course, if you have a name well built and respected for the past X amount of years, that's an added bonus. But if you're a startup, why should they buy up from you? Because you have to be having that stability to be, viable in the future.
Yep.
So that, I think, works out for everybody. It could be in the brokerage system, it could be in the real estate system, it could be the supplier to real estate. So it's been an interesting journey so far in the last 3-4 years.
Are you teasing launching your own developer sort of company? Is that what's happening?
You're reading things off my mind.
Because I was like, when you're a startup developer company, I was like, never heard that one before. That's new.
You'll see a lot of them, out of the blue coming up. There were developers that you've never heard of in your life.
Yeah.
But then, it's not like they don't know what they're doing. They have a decent amount of experience in the market, I would say, from previous ventures probably, and they're diversifying into this. And I think it is the right way to go about it because, there's so much expansion left. Like, again, UAE is a small country,
right
but that's just Dubai. Imagine there's so much. And now everybody's expanding into the 7 Emirates. You'll see a lot of development in the Ras Al Khaimah. Last year, I think I saw there was a decent amount of development happening in Ajman, Abu Dhabi. Every emirate is having some sort of development for the future to invest in. So, the UAE is going to be a lot of people's home. And is already a lot of people's home.
For us, it's been home for a long time.
It is home. I don't think I can ever live anywhere else.
Yeah, I did the whole London, New York, blah blah blah, and
come back, please.
It's okay. Yeah, no, I'm here for good.
I think you should live on a plane because that's what I've been told in the last few months as well. Because of a lot of traveling for work. Everyone is giving me they're just giving me shit. Okay,
might as well live on a plane.
You are not living in Dubai anymore. We welcome you. Come. Thank you so much for coming. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So it's I understand how you feel.
Yeah, but it just you look at everything and you're like, safety top notch, right? You look at quality of life. You look at any metric pretty much, and you're just like, this is the obvious choice.
Of course, you have everything here.
Yeah, and so, we were talking about developers, and a lot of developers, including the one that you're involved with, to broadly say, do branded residences.
Yes.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
Tell me about how branded residences are impacting your business particularly.
Well, branded residences, what they have basically is a niche. That, it's something exclusive that somebody wants to own. So it's a very big cachet for anybody to have when they want to invest in that, property itself. It could be the amount of branded residences that are there, left, right, and center, and they're still coming. And the price point on that is insane because the amount, the scale, what they want to reach at is untouched. It's never been done before. So if you have a branded residence, you don't want to just open up a G+10. Yeah. You want to go for the best of the lot. You want to have the best materials. So in my situation as well, where I'm a supplier to these developers, it could be the installation bit as well. They all want to go for the premium to luxury quality. And that it really works in my favor because we have that. We're able to cater to that audience very much so. And we've made a name in the last 5 years in order to, gain that respect. Back in the day when you had started with me in that podcast, nobody gave me any sort of respect in that situation. People who are you? In that situation, and it could be for Casa Milano purposes, why we can't trust you because you're not well known in the market yet. And obviously, that goes for every startup. You need time to build. You need time to hustle. Make sure you make the right moves and understand what type of market you're in. Maybe you'll have to lowball it sometimes as well. And that's how you start up and slowly make your name. And with that confidence we've built in the last 5 years, I can say that, a lot of the respected developers here right now are happily working with us because we're able to provide that service finally. Branded residences or non-branded residences, if you don't provide that service for anything, it could be real estate, it could be the brokers, it could be the content creators, it could be the supplier, anything. You need to provide that X factor service. Otherwise, it's not going to work.
Yeah, the end-to-end matters so much.
And it doesn't matter whatever the set in the brand, you need to provide that service. That's what's going to make you stand out.
Yeah, 100%. And, you speak about content creators. you become a bit of a content creator yourself.
I'm learning from the best.
Yeah,
Mr.
I know.
Joel Alexander. I don't know if you know him.
No. But I really saw like you transform yourself into, because I know you don't necessarily love doing it and you want to focus on your business, right?
I'll be very honest. I don't enjoy doing content creation as much. I don't like going in front of the camera. I'm here today though. That's a different story.
I am on a podcast, but I hate the cameras, guy.
No, I've always been shy. I've always been shy, but I have the people around me, of course, includes you, that are, so natural at it. It's my dad, first and foremost. He loves being in front of the camera. He will take his about cricket on with a passion, his own account, Mr. Cricket. My uncle, my cousin, they all are in, content creation on a regular basis now, because they have understood in this market, you need to market yourself. And one of my best friends, Fahad, he started it all for all the other companies that are doing it right now. So it's, it's amazing, and how you change the game with content creation. Every brand out there now requires a TikTok, requires Reels, requires that short format videos that are currently running, because that's how you're going to have to market yourself. More than anything, more than the product, if people believe in personal branding, people believe in the personal development, and if you are there in front to face as the face of your brand, people will take you more seriously. People will be out there and believing you. I'm like, I know him. That's why I think I'm going to go with this brand. My uncle is a prime example, to be honest. Like, he's out 1%. There front for, 1%, man. He's selling out the properties left, right, and center because he's right there in the front selling it. My dad as well, he's promoting his products left, right, and center in terms of sanitary, in terms of tiles, electrical hardware, the water purifier that he so loves. People believe that. Even when it's cricket when he speaks about cricket and gives his analysis on a daily basis, when he used to he's doing it right now for the IPL as well. It's very important that you're able to give that analysis. People come up to him and say like, "Oh wow, I read your articles, I read your blogs, I've seen your videos," and it's a pride feeling, but it's the most important because it's starting to work.
Yeah, and it's like it's taken a long time for it to work in this big way, right? People only see everything now, but you guys have been hustling it out for a really, really long time. It's not
we have to understand the market, because if you don't adapt to survive, you will be left behind. And right now, the world is changing every 5 minutes. It was Bitcoin 5-7 years ago. I think it's come back now. And then it was crypto, then it was NFT, then it was AI, then it was content creation, and God knows, like not in no order or sense, because you have to evolve. So I think if you keep reading up and going with the times, you'll be fine. Otherwise, you'll be left behind.
What's the whole AI angle for Casa Milano?
I do use it on a regular basis myself in terms of creating content sometimes, just to understand, or like using it as Google. I am it is interesting to see what type of experiments you can do. And what I've realized about ChatGPT, my brother taught me, is that you can't use just I'd ask a question and then you get your answer. It's going to be very generic. You have to give it some sort of a history, Context. 400 to 500 words. Now, example, if you studied in LSC, right? So if I wrote, I'm a marketing graduate from American University of Sharjah, and I'm a marketing graduate from LSC, you will have two different answers because of the fact that, it based on the information that you have. So that's just what I'm trying to understand on a regular basis. And ChatGPT is evolving, and multiple other AI tools are coming up left, right, and center. First and foremost, please use Kendall, guys. And it's really good. It's important to identify what are the best tools in the world right now. I still think they're missing interior designing AI tools. I've not seen any decent one at the moment.
I've seen a lot of 3D modeling stuff.
Around
like renderings for like different types of layouts and things like that before you even like actually have the thing. So it kind of looks like the piece, let's say this chair, is already made and put in a setting. And then if the customer actually wants it, you don't even have the inventory cost pretty much until it's actually purchased kind of a thing. And then it's like a produce as you need kind of a thing. But I don't know.
Like Mid Journey is there definitely for that sort of situation. Just just to create an ideas.
Yeah.
But like, something that you said regarding the chair.
Yeah.
I would wish, we could create our own sort of AI tools that way, where I could identify my own products in my own brand and multiple other brands that we're distributing. Example, in my situation, and I'm able to create new designs on a regular basis based on that product and based on new suggestions of something that you could add.
Yeah.
Could be add-ons of the products I have. So that's a little bit more specific, but I don't think that type of tool has come out yet.
Yeah.
Oh my God, if that
You
comes out, it'll be, I just gotta build it. I gotta build it.
No,
There's so many things happening I want to do.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But I think those type of tools for the interior design game, for people in my business, I think they'd love it.
Yeah. And what did 7-year-old Azhar want to do? I usually ask this at the top, but I got so distracted because we were having a good chat. So what did 7-year-old Azhar want to do?
I don't even remember. I think he just wanted to be Spider-Man at this point.
Wow.
Yeah. I think I was just
I haven't
Spider-Man.
heard that one.
I think I wanted to be Spider-Man. I am a big fan. So yes. So like you on my TikTok, normally people when they see me, my God, he must be having some sort of intellectual TikTok going on. No, it's just Spider-Man memes and random stuff like that.
That's so funny.
It's your personal TikTok. You could watch anything, and I'm very happy with it.
Yeah.
You'll see Marvel memes, you'll see DC TikToks or anything like that. So yeah, probably I was wanting to be Spider-Man at that point because he was it.
And you ended up being Batman, basically.
No,
That's what happened.
I'm not there yet.
Getting there. But that's, so you meet with a ton of influencers and things like that. Actually, I have to say, Azhar is someone that's taken a bet on people around him, right? Like you have your usual successful CEO lot that are super arrogant and super. You're not like that. Like you treat everybody the same way, right?
I don't think I'm a CEO.
Sure.
To be very honest, like I was mentioning this on another article long back as well. I think it was a few months ago.
Flex.
Like not flex. I was telling them because I'm like I don't operate, to be honest, that way. I don't follow those books that, generally it says how to be a CEO 101 kind of a vibe. I don't understand it. I was talking to my friend just earlier before coming here, and he was telling me this, that, you've created some sort of your own independency in the way you operate, like the way you've been raised is one way, but the way you've taken yourself forward as well is a completely different stance on how generally you see people in this type of position. So I'm happy with that kind of vibe that I go with. And I feel more natural about it. I can't be, but this title just gives me a weird feeling. I don't enjoy it as much. I generally like to sit with the team downstairs. I don't even like going to my own office. You've been there before.
Yes, yeah.
I don't even like sitting there anymore. I sit downstairs with the team. Something or the other is always happening. It's more of a rushed feeling of excitement. You want to enjoy with the team. Something, a customer could walk in, you say hi to them, or, some sort of development or renovation, you point out something and you want to fix it up, or something will just come up in terms of an idea at that time when you're in the zone.
Yeah.
And a lot of traveling happens simultaneously. So I normally don't like sitting up there. I'm on WhatsApp with these guys, or, it could be just like okay emails. And talking to me face to face gets better, I would say output.
Yeah. And it's kind of also, you have 120
families to support at the moment, which is a very good thing. I feel very responsible for them, and because they are my own. And I think being with them when they're able to talk to me freely is the edge I have. Normally, there are a lot of hierarchies everyone has to follow, I would say. So everybody can just call me. Everyone has my number in the company. It's very easy. Give me a call. If you have something personal going on, you can talk to me. If you have something business related to go on, talk to me. I will try to help out wherever I can. I'm not perfect, but at least something or the other, if I can support, I'll do it. So, even if it's not, even if I shouldn't.
Even outside of your team, like the way that you agreed to come on to like that time it was 0 subscribers. Now at least we got 270. You know what I'm saying? It's a different story.
Always.
We're in another league right now. But the point is, you bet on me then, because I didn't really have much.
I don't think I bet on anybody. I just think I go with my gut. I want to support whatever I can and whoever I can, who I feel, is genuine. So I always wanted to do that. I always say, like, whoever has made it, and if they've given me any credit, I would just say, like, keep your credit. I don't need it. I want you all just to do better.
Yeah, because Fahad was
and
saying
be
the
the
same
same.
thing. He was saying the same thing. He was like, you were one of the first people to say, that like, cool, I'll be your client kind of a thing. And then the next thing you know, you are making content, and like Casa Milano videos are going viral. And like,
Alhamdulillah.
it's not a common trait. Like when you look into an ecosystem in tech or in, real estate right now, it's just very interesting to see the enablers, like the people that everyone says is, that guy's a good guy. Like the kindness as a business strategy is like, insane.
I think it's just a plus point. Like my parents have raised me that way. I've always been this way. I was telling you that I've come up in some way as well. I've been raised that way. So I take it how I see it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You have to try. If you don't experiment at life, you're never gonna know. And I think the people around me, they bring this energy that they want to do great, and that helps me as well because I want to do great. And if we all do great together, we're all gonna make it in life.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
That's
that would
the
be
idea,
sick, right? Like just be on the Naklat Jumeirah stretch.
Yeah, absolutely.
No,
and we can still go for chai.
This
One dirham chai.
You know what? I was actually I spoke to Farouk on the podcast, right? And he was just like, yeah, dude, we go to Philly Chai on Guide Beach, like, and then we go to, and I was just like, yeah, that's what we do. It's so, Philly is a bit bougie, like, to be honest. Like, Cook is where it's like OG.
I love all.
Yeah,
all
exactly.
of them. Whoever's there in front. Right now, I have not had chai since 2nd Jan.
Why?
Because I'm on a no sugar diet. So like no chai with sugar, no coffee with sugar, no desserts.
Sounds like a no happiness diet.
Yeah, no happiness life at the moment. But no, it's really made a difference as well. I feel a little bit lighter, a little bit more energized as well. Your brain works. But me and my brothers, me, Adil and Sal, we've taken this challenge to do it till 5th April on his birthday. On my own birthday, I did not eat any cake.
Okay.
Believe me, like every day somebody is offering. My own mother is offering me, beta khalo, have some. I'm like, please, this is, I'm already.
Beta, it's mango season, come on.
I'm having mangoes, by the way. Mangoes are counted because it's a fruit. It's the highest form of sugar, but it's natural sugar. But like anything, refined or anything like that, I've kept away. And it's been like that since 2nd Jan. And it was not like some New Year resolution. We just did it out of the blue. And I think we're all going to make it. It's just a few more days to go.
Literally.
And it feels nice. On that day, we're going to have a lot of dessert. Just that day, probably.
What's the first one?
Oh, probably some cheesecake. Probably a cheesecake and a nice Spanish latte.
Wow.
My few close people have already told me that they're going to get me that specially for me. So
sweet.
I'm very excited for 5th April.
That's sweet.
Going to break my fast with that.
With the Spanish latte. Let's go. So, look, obviously I saw the video with Mr. 1% where he was like, so Azhar, your plan for the future is children. And then, of course, the 120, become like expanding the showrooms from 5 to 50 all this kind of. So what is your like dream, right? Like, let's say like expansion's going to happen just because you're like, even if you did everything wrong, you just couldn't, right? Because it's like such a market and you've done such a good job of staying in it, building credibility, building trust, and building the distribution that now it's inevitable that you guys will be successful. That's the way I see it. I know you might not, but like that's the way I see it. What's your dream?
My dream? I don't really, to be honest, have any aspirations or dreams as such. It just comes with the job. To be very honest, that what you want to do, what you want, what can we do more?
Yeah.
And I do have some sort of things I want to do within Casa Milano that expands with Casa Milano.
Yeah.
Building this network called Design Duels, a sports community for the
I've
designers. It's really picked up.
Very smart.
And I want to take it on another level, to be honest. Like last year we had 78 companies. This time I want 100 plus, and we have an amazing platform to use. So, it really builds a nice relationship with the companies internally as well, because they're playing with the person who makes you tea probably till the CEO. And, it's a very important bond.
Yeah.
And more than your award shows and, those formal gathering that's happened, this is a better way to enjoy and, build bonds and, relationships. It could be with your own contemporaries for that matter.
Yeah.
And that did happen. There were so many people that appreciated it. I did a mini series just for that so I can build more on it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Then there's something called Talking Walls. Like, that's the design competition for juniors. We have we've taken on since last year. And now we have season 2 and we're going bigger and better because that platform, what we're building for these reputable companies in the Middle East, their junior designers get a chance to show off their creativity, their skills. And I don't think anything better should be done because even the rulers of the UAE, they promote the youth. Because they are the future finally. One day they will be design directors. One day they'll be the decision makers for these multiple projects and these developments. They're going to be shaping a lot of these designs. So I took these two communities and I want to make it, expand it all across the place. See what more we could add. Right now for the Talking Walls, it's just based on the bathrooms. And you like chai. I love coffee. I love chai as well. But I want to create something more on that aspect because we now in our every store of ours, we have a coffee shop kind of. Like whatever specialty coffee you get outside, you get it in my store as well.
Wow,
for free.
My morning coffee is gonna,
Please,
just coming
by
to
all
Casa
means.
Milano now.
By all means. Like we can get it for free. So I wanted to expand that brand as well and create some sort of a cafe, Casa Cafe. So if you really ask me, it's based on, everything is based like a branch of things. Extension of things that I want to, cross. And it's going to be nice to see how it takes its proper time. And everything has its own, set of time that you need to do. So I think step by step. Right now we have 5 stores, which is a great thing. I don't plan on expanding more stores at the moment, but we'll see. You never know.
No, of course. I mean, like the last time you came on, it was kind of like, I have something that I can't share with you guys. And then after we stopped recording, like, I'm opening in Abu Dhabi, by the way. That's what was happening, right? So that was amazing. But tell me, you've sat with me multiple times, listening to crazy ideas all the time. What is wrong about the way tech people look at your industry?
I remember the time you called me, to be honest. We had gone to Saddle Cafe or something like that. We're all standing there and everybody was from the tech business. And I was like that one-off idiot. I'm like, what are these people talking about? No. I am so lost. And honestly, I made a couple of friends out of that, I remember. And they're still in touch with me, which is nice. And it was nice to understand what background they were coming from. Everyone was in that startup stage. And I was not considered into a startup already. I was probably already set up. But it was such a different business altogether. In my head, that moment, I was like, oh my goodness, these guys are going to turn the future. I'm selling furniture and bathroom products or tiles and, kitchens and wardrobes, like, things that are required for the home. But, the future that's going to shape everything else. That was what's running in my head. And the funniest thing was when I explained my own business to these guys and with your friends, they were all taken aback, like, oh my God, you're having one of the best things. You're already set up in life and this, that. I was like, really?
Exactly.
I can't believe y'all are saying that. He's like, trust me, you are already set, bro. Don't stress about it. I'm like, oh my God. I can't, everybody has their perception. Like, even if you're in the tech business, there's different obstacles, different paths and goals. And if you're in this home improvement industry business, it's completely different. Like the goals and how it's going to take. And I believe there's so much opportunity to combine both. And I know it will, people in this business, specifically of mine, like they're not exactly ready to buy everything online. As maybe the designs and everything probably would, but you need to feel this type of product. That's why brick-and-mortar stores still exist. Otherwise, so many of these other businesses are now online. So which is, it's pretty interesting.
And the grass is kind of always greener. You know what I'm saying? Like
always,
in the context of
always. I've always realized
the reason why they say that about your business is all the people that are building the future have homes, right? Right?
They need the essentials.
They need this, right? Without that, they're not building anything, right? So that's
true.
That's the main part. And also there's so many logistics that you would need to have. Like we were just talking earlier, we were saying that it's easier to scale a tech business into a global business just because we don't have hardware, right? And you'd have to ship things into different markets and things like that, which is a lot more difficult in my opinion. Whereas ours is like endless amount of meetings with like the right person, like, you know, and then like they might approve, they might not approve, and it still takes, it's not like the product kind of sells itself. Sometimes you need to build those strategic relationships.
Like you said, personal development needs to be the case. Personal marketing has to happen, like your own brand. People will buy what you're selling finally.
Yeah, exactly. So on that note, I have to ask you, I met you when you were like, at least on the podcast, when you were 23, right?
Was it 23?
You were 23. Okay, I watched it back just before this. So I was
22.
prepared for that. What advice would you give your 21-year-old self?
23-year-old or 21?
21.
21-year-old. Oh my God. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. And honestly, if you know, last time somebody asked me this question, I always lose.
Who's asking this question? Like, remove the Instagram. This is my bit.
No. Somebody asked me that like on a normal, and I always go blank.
Yeah.
I have no answer for them because it just happens. Like I give a probably a generic answer, but right now, in the last few months, what I've realized, go with your gut. Don't listen to everybody around you. I'm not even joking. Like 21-year-old me, because I have a lot of people around me that, you know, are much senior to me and they understand the business much better. But, and luckily, you know, I have that respect for them and they have that respect for me because we are all working together finally for the same goals.
Yeah.
And that time, probably I was younger, so I would lean upon their opinion much more. And it has come up right many times, but I wish sometimes I took my own decisions on a lot of things because now I feel like I would have been right. Probably at that time it would have looked at wrong, but I would have been right. Multiple things like building more ranges in my own brand, expanding in a different sort of way, and going with my gut. To be honest, sometimes I tend not to do that. I think I always take a step back and I don't like it, but I'm getting there. Sometimes now I am taking that step and it's working. Sometimes it's not going to be rosy.
That's fine.
So it's okay. But I would say that go with your gut. It's okay. And there's no harm in falling.
Yeah.
Okay, a little bit, but not too bad. You'll learn to pick yourself up.
Yeah, just like bad enough for bandage, not bad enough for surgery.
Yeah, it's like that Batman dialogue. Why do we fall,
bleed?
Bruce?
Oh shit, never mind.
So we can pick ourselves back up.
Oh no, that's Alfred, right?
Yes.
Nice,
Alfred.
nice. So obviously you do business with your family, right? A lot. How does that work, right? Like, tell me about doing business with your family and how you kind of separate being a family and being business owners, because all of you are business owners. So it's just like, you know, I've always wondered what that dynamic is like. Because in my family, that's not the case, right? Like we're employees for the most part. Like, you know, we work the.
I'm also an employee also.
Sure. Right? Like, yeah, I mean, we all are, right? We're employees of the market, like pretty much. The market's our boss, right? No, but how do you, like, you know, make sure that those relationships are preserved in the way that, you know, they should be? Because, you know, they're the most important.
Honestly, it depends on the relationship you have previously and how you divulge into the fact when you get into the business as well, especially with me and my dad, for sure. So we've always had a very caring and loving relationship that I tell him a lot of things that are, you know, when I want to, in terms of sharing what I want, and he does the same. So we have that very good bond.
Yeah.
And it's very important to have such a bond, because that bond is different and the work bond is different. So, you know, he has been touched with I'm very lucky that he lets me do what I want in one way. Of course, there are times that he will come in and tell me like, Azhar, don't do this. And it's not like he will say, Azhar, don't do this. He'll be like, you decide. I will back you.
Yeah.
But there are also 4 or 5 people that have been answering to him for the past so many years as well. And it's like, okay, 5 versus 1. So I will listen.
Yeah.
And it's not like they're trying to belittle me. They're only doing this because they care.
Yeah.
And they want the business to grow. Not because they don't value my opinion. It's because they have that experience and I will believe that. So there is an older generation and newer generation. So you have to find common ground.
Yeah.
Whatever said and done, because you're working with them in the morning and you're also going back home with them in the night. So you cannot have that, you know, miscommunication. You have to be communicating with each other on a regular basis, and where work is work, where family is family. But we don't have that as well. It's always there. Family will also come in the picture. Business will also come in the picture. Everything is good. So as long as your relationship is strong, you're going to be fine. And luckily, my uncle did that with my brother. My dad did that with me and my younger brother as well. So, we're able to have a free-flowing relationships where ideas can be brought on the table, discuss it, see where it leads, go for it, take a shot. Maybe it misses, maybe it doesn't. Try again, try a different angle, bring that side of the opinion as well, bring your side of the opinion, sit down, see what happens, execute. And we will back each other. In terms of this talking walls and design duels, my dad was not exactly the favoring, because there was a lot of investment that went into these communities to build. And I took it as a chance. He said, go for it, but just, I think it's a little bit over the top what you're doing. Same with all the seniors in the company that were there. And believe me, what pride I saw in my dad's eyes and the people that are there for so long with him is that it changed the entire system of what we were doing. We presented at Downtown Design. We got that chance. We got to bring these concepts what the junior designers made from the concept phase to reality. And we got to show our products based on their themes. And everybody came. It was a full house. The whole design industry, what was there in the UAE, they came to see our stand. It was the most busiest stand. And people saw the recognition. People gave me that recognition and gave Casa Milano that recognition. And my dad was the happiest, because finally what I'm doing is because I want to make him proud. Finally. My mom, my dad, I want to make them proud. So that was, they gave me that chance.
That's a very Asian thing, right? Very, very Indian thing for us to want to make our parents proud. That's absolutely true.
I'm not doing this for my own satisfaction, to be very honest. I'm doing it for them. And somewhere along the line, I've been enjoying this a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Ever since I got this platform, I'm very grateful for it. I have to make the most of it. Otherwise, what's the point? Why did they work so hard?
Yeah, exactly, right. You have this platform that's given to you.
They've given everything to us. The least we can do is give back.
Yeah, I think this is what we always, riff on, and we're always this is the case. Which is why my mom thinks you're really cool and stuff like that.
Thank you.
It's he's a very sweet boy. She won't listen to this.
Why not?
Oh my God.
She should.
She'd be you're just talking some nonsense. So yeah, but
no, I honestly, for you as well, I genuinely believe that you're going places. When you came to me as well that time regarding the podcast, it was really cool what you were up to, because it was something that I could never do that. And I know that it was never my thing or vibe.
But you're doing it. Now you're doing it.
You're doing it in a completely different sense altogether, going into the tech industry, because this is the future more than anything. And I always think that, the backing you've got and the support which your team has given. I keep seeing the videos online, either it's on LinkedIn or Instagram. I think you have a strong team, and the next 3-4 years are going to be everything. Just hold on. I would say. Hold on to it, and I think it's going to change everything.
Yeah, I'm trying, hopefully. Bro. I'm trying.
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be something.
No, I appreciate that. So that was pretty awesome, I would say. I think there's a great little exchange of our... for most of you that couldn't tell, the context is that Azhar and we went to high school together, and then we saw each other grow in our own ways, and him take over the luxury world kind of a thing, and then he saw me get into tech and do my thing as well, and now we're here. And this was a really fun chat. I'm really proud of you, obviously, and everything that you built. So that was this episode of The Real Ones. Thank you so much, Azhar.
Thank you for having me. I hope people can take something out of this because it was just free-flowing, to be honest. I don't really think I spoke okay, people should do this or something like that. I was just going with that vibe.
There's no sound bites. I don't know. Someone's going to have to figure that part out. Because there was no controversial takes per se.
No.
It's just that, these are just two friends chatting, and that's what you're going to get with that, unfortunately or fortunately. Yeah.
It's something interesting. We spoke our hearts. I think that's very cool.
Yeah. Well, Don't forget to subscribe to this channel on YouTube, Spotify, everywhere, wherever you're hearing this.
On Spotify as well?
Yeah, it's going to be on Spotify, Apple, everything, right?
Nice.
Like we got to do the whole shebang.
Very cool.
But awesome. Thank you so much, Azhar. And we'll see you on the next episode of The Real Ones.
Good luck, man.